Welcome everyone. This is Kirk Prine, and I am inviting you into another conversation for the month of September. For those who work with us in our work called the Missing Thread, know that we're actually going to do a whole web show around healthy love, sex, and intimacy. So that will be coming up, and that will be inclusive across gender and orientation. This particular video is especially for our gay or queer brothers who do work with us and stay connected through flesh and spirit community. And this month, as I said, we're going to talk about healthy relationships and healthy sexuality. You know, I know when Donnie, who's behind the camera, and I met, the magic that happened in that moment of meeting. So there was some yummy eros going. There was this profound sense of spiritual connection and revelation that started happening. I mean, it was kind of whoa, way over the top for me. And so there was this incredible amount of magic that happened when we first met together. In most relationships, queer or straight, there's a stage development that happens in relationships, whether they're erotic relationships or whether they're relationships of work and business. But there's a magic that happens where some partnership happens, where there's the thought that this person is going to complement who and what I am, or what it is that I need, or the service that I wish for them to be connected to. So there's a magic that happens. In that magic, though, you think about, I love the idea of, in courtship, and getting to know each other. You may absolutely adore your partner, and everything about them, how they smell and look and taste, and being in their presence and their energy and their words and their voice, and you just start adoring them, and that's in that magic stage. But I remember one person talking about things like, well, then we started getting to know each other. And it's that silly thing of, how do you roll? Do you roll the toothpaste? Or do you actually push it up? And those little kinds of things that in magic are just totally dismissed. I remember one person telling me about how, taking the shower and just adoring the fact that his partner, there was still some of his hair in the drain. I mean, it's kind of, now as you think about it, but, it's just kind of like, oh, part of him's just right here with me, and da-da-da-da. And then after having lived together for a number of years, one of the most annoying things, the disillusionment, is that their hair in the drain. So it's just like, magic is not... as McWhorter and Madison said in their early book about gay couples and coming together and partnerships that developed, there was this early stage of what they called limerence, where you were just so madly in love with each other. But then there comes disillusionment. And disillusionment is when you have to adjust the perception into the reality. My partner actually isn't everything that I thought he or she was supposed to be. And in that, having to make those adjustments, and disillusionment is kind of this felt experience. If people can talk about that, then we get into healthy relationships. If people can talk about that and express those things, or find ways to discharge the disillusionment, then they can move on and take responsibility for their part of the relationship and what they're creating, and they move into this stage called mystery. And so mystery now is this healthy relationship between what is and the magic of what is, and the realities of things that are not the perfect things, and the mistakes or the weaknesses that both parts of the relationship have. So I love, as we're going to talk about love, sex, and intimacy, we're going to have a potluck. And inviting men to come to our potluck on September 21st, and we'll have a bunch of men who do work in the area of healthy relationships and healthy sexuality and love, sex, and intimacy, and how we, especially as a queer tribe, as queer couplings, as queer partnerships, begin to express that. And what do those things look like? So I'm just starting you off with magic, disillusionment, and mystery as part one of this juicy conversation we're having on healthy relationships and healthy sexuality. Hope this feeds you a bit, and if you can join us at September 21st, we'd love that. Namaste.